This literally looks so freaking good. Yeah, that paint looks like it matches to me. I love how this has that opening right there where you can see that. Looks so good. Ooh. This is literally the way that it should have came from the factory for the premium and core models. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and this time we have the Corolla GR and we're in the garage. We're gonna be doing the spoiler on the top. In one of my last recent videos, I kind of cliffhanged you guys on what spoiler I ended up going with, and I'm gonna show you that right now. Okay, so in this, this is a factory part straight from Toyota. And this is how it comes. They actually seal it up really nice. All right, so as you can see, we're color matched here. Factory Toyota part, so it is gonna have the studs here and the snap clips on this side. So that means we're gonna have to drill 5 holes, and we also have, comes with adhesive, but this thing is sick. Let's get a nice shot of this. Let's see what it's going to look like on here. Ooh. That's going to look pretty mean. Okay, so we're going to be doing that today. This is the same exact paint code as Ice Cap. This is the 040, which is going to be the super white for the Corolla. And this is off of the XSE. I think it looks pretty mean, and I'm excited to get this on here. And I ended up going with that spoiler because everybody and their mom is putting on the Circuit Edition onto their Corolla, and it looks okay. It's just not my style. It's just a big wing, and everybody wants a big wing, but doesn't necessarily look the best in my opinion. And honestly, I would like to see some people out there color matching those because they're just throwing black wings on. I really don't think it looks good. This is gonna be color matched. It's gonna look really smooth. Honestly, the Circuit Edition with the black, just somebody come out, like I might just buy one and just color match it just because I think it would look so much better than everyone just throwing a black wing on their car. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're throwing this on today, so let's get started. All right, and before we get started, I'm gonna link all the part numbers that you guys need to get this. So I'm gonna make it easy. I'll link all the tools that you're gonna need to do this job too, so let's go. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clean the top of the deck lid, and we're gonna take a microfiber. We got a clean one. We're going with the orange today. Just bought this pack. I'm not a big fan of washing microfibers. I just like buying new packs whenever I need them. You're not a true detailer unless you rip this off. Okay, so we are gonna take some alcohol and we're gonna clean the top of this lid. So we're gonna throw that on, clean this up real nice. I actually haven't washed this in a little bit. Actually, no, I washed this like 2 days ago, so it's not gonna be that bad, but we just want this surface to be nice and clean. And I'm just gonna clean a little bit onto this side just because we're gonna be taping over here. All right, so now we're gonna take our template, and like I said, I'm gonna link this in the description so you guys don't gotta freak out or anything. But we're gonna lay this template on here, and I am gonna tape this up. You can see that they have like tape marks here. I'm actually just gonna show you what this guy says. They give you directions on here, shows you actually what to do, where to punch the holes, and it also shows you about a little plastic piece that's under the hatch that we're gonna get to. So we're gonna go ahead and line this up. Okay, so since these are numbered, I am gonna take a guess that they want you to go in order, and that's probably the way that this is gonna affect the way that this lay is on here to get it correct. So this is the very first one on the driver's side. So we are gonna line that up. Okay, the second piece is gonna be over here on the passenger side. And again, they want you to line it up on that edge. Make sure you get this right. Doesn't lay completely flat, so there's like a little bit of a buckle in here. Hopefully that's not gonna affect anything like too crazily, but that lines up. That's lined up the way that it is. Okay, and third piece of tape. Okay, this is the fourth piece. Throw that right here. It's laying pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. I feel like we're gonna have a little bit of room to play with. I feel like messing this up is gonna be kind of hard. 7th. It's a long piece right there. Okay, 7th, 8th. That is lined up all the way on the edge, real nice. So we got the 9th here, 10th. So, I mean, we might be off like a hair in some spots, but I don't think it's gonna matter. And we're gonna find out. So I'll kind of be the test dummy on this one. So you can see that there's still like a little bit of a buckle right here. That's why they probably have you do it in a certain order, so that if you do have a buckle, you're not worried about it. If you do it without that order and you smooth out the buckle, it probably won't line up. So I feel like they had you do this for a reason. We're gonna see. So now we're gonna take our punch, the punch. All right, so this is the automotive punch. But basically all you're gonna do is, come over here, let me show you. We could start on this one. So you're just gonna take this, and sorry about the shadows, we only have the light like coming straight from down. But you're gonna go right in the middle on the dot here, and then you're gonna push this down until it clicks, and that should make a mark so we know where to drill. We're gonna do number 2 here, same thing, push down pretty hard, and that is gonna create a dot in here, so when we take off this template, we'll be able to see where to drill. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these. All right, so the next step is gonna be, they tell you right here that we got a 2364 drill bit that is gonna be the final hole that we wanna get this to. So we're not gonna wanna start with that. So what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna start a little bit smaller. I'm specifically just using an 1/8, and then I'm gonna use a 1/4 drill bit, and then this is the final one right here. So we're gonna size up. After we do that, we'll get to the deburr tool just to smooth it out and everything. But we are gonna take off this tape, and I'm probably just gonna keep the template because it's like 30, 40 bucks, and maybe somebody wants it. We're gonna get the tape off, and we'll see the holes or the dots that we created. All right, so now we have our 1/8 drill bit on here. All right, we're gonna go slow, and we're gonna start off in this first hole, see how it goes. All right, just to be honest with you, I put 0 pressure on that. That went straight through, and we'll get to deburring that. But I'm gonna do all of these with the 1/8, and then we'll come back through with the 1/4, and we'll come back through with the 2364. By the way, this is crazy. Like we bought a brand new $40,000 car, and we're drilling into it within a month. I love it. Modifications. All right, second hole, line it up. Yeah, I'm really not like pushing down at all. Okay, next one. I think I am gonna push down a tad on this one. Just go slow just so it doesn't dance on you. Last one. You sure you don't want to do it? Why don't you try it?
No, I'm sure.
It's easy. Why don't you try? No? You don't want to make a debut?
No. Maybe on the channel I'll make a debut. Not today. So, viewers, stay tuned. You may see.
They probably can't even hear you.
No.
This mic's clipped to me. All right, here we go. Last hole. It's going through like butter. There's that spider again. Freaking idiot. Hate that guy. He's like been running out of my door jams all day. All right, next. So we got the 1/4, and we're gonna open this up a little bit. That really was quick. This one actually turned out the best so far. All right, this is the final guy. Oh, that pulled it straight in. There we go, that fixed that one. Some of these turned out really good, and some of them just turned out terrible. Okay, so now we're getting to the deburring tool, and what you're gonna do with this is just, since these edges are kind of sharp and like broken up, you're just gonna put this in and just clean them up a little bit. Okay, so just to keep in mind when you're drilling, these top 3, they're really not gonna matter as much as far as getting them like really, really nice and smooth, because this is a lot skinnier of a piece to go in. The holes you wanna focus on more are gonna be these 2 outsides, because they're actually gonna be push clips, and this needs to go in there. So focus more on smoothing these ones up. These ones really aren't gonna matter that much. So just something to keep in mind. All right, so after you're done drilling and deburring, make sure that you take a rag and really rub that plastic into your paint so that you scratch it. I'm just kidding, don't do that. You wanna just take a rag, wipe it off, like blow it off. Make sure that you're not just like wiping plastic into your paint, because obviously that's not going to be good. Don't let it just like sit in your crevices. Next time you wash your car, it's just going to be stuck there. So after I got that all off, I'm just going to hit this again with some alcohol just to make sure that this surface is going to be extra clean from drilling and everything, just because we are going to stick the adhesive on here next, and we want to make sure that we have a nice clean surface that doesn't have any extra plastic or residue or anything that we could have potentially got on here before we stick the adhesive on. All right, so now at this point we got everything cleaned up. We cleaned that again with alcohol. It's dried. I didn't take off the adhesive on this yet, but I do want to see if this is going to line up. So we're going to check our holes, see how we did. Make sure that you bang it around on everything first before you set it down. So that is fire. Here, look, come here. Let me see this. Get in here and look at these. Yeah, you can see how that all is lining up and it sits right down perfectly. We got this one lines up in the hole, and this one lines up perfectly as well. So that's it. That basically confirms that you have to follow the exact order of those tape marks for sure, because there was a little bit of a bubble right here in this side. So that doesn't matter. And if I was actually thinking about redoing it and just taking off the tape and smoothing that bubble out and then retaping it. I'm glad that I didn't do that. Whenever this sits down in here, it's gonna sit nice. It's kind of leaning right now because it's not all the way on. So you can't really take this as far as lining up. All I wanted to do was just make sure that the holes lined up. But after it sits down, it's gonna sit flush. Okay, so now that we know that everything lines up, the next thing that we're gonna do is actually take off all of this stuff. Oh, you're gonna be in the video now? Okay. By the way, I just have to say that they did paint this very, very well. This paint looks phenomenal in my opinion. Did a great job. So we're gonna set everything on. All right. We're going to push those down, and we're gonna come over on this side and do the same thing. Click them in. Yep, perfectly gapped. So now we're gonna press this all down so that we get a good contact point here. And that is on, and everything looks really, really good. So these ones on the side, you just smack them in with your fist. It'll go right in, and this paint looks great. And that is on there. Take a look at these, like the gap here and the gap on the other side look very similar. So it looks like we lined up everything really nice. So now we're gonna pop this open and we're gonna mess with that little plastic piece under here. I'm gonna show you how to take that off. We got our first mod. This looks freaking amazing. I love this. I'm so geeked about this. This should have 100% came on all the core models and premiums because it looks amazing. All right, so the next thing we're doing, we're underneath the hatch and we have this trim piece that we're gonna pop in, and it's super easy to get out. Anyway, afterward, I'm gonna see if I can shine a light in here. So we can get a little bit more room, we're gonna disconnect this. There we go. And then we have this piece right here. We're just gonna push these pins in, push that forward. That'll release that cable so that we can have a little bit more room. Back here, still not sure how I'm gonna do these yet, but we wanna grab our bags right here of our nuts, and this is gonna be a 10 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this on the first one in the middle. Tighten these up. Probably get it pretty tight just so it doesn't, no water gets through. And I don't think my tool is gonna reach this. Yeah, I don't have the right tool for that. I might have to go buy another tool. What I've came to the conclusion of, because you do need this hole, if you have an angled socket, that's gonna work the best to get back there. That's what I highly recommend. But if you're gonna use a regular wrench like this, it's gonna take you forever, and I can't even get my fingers back there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a hole here. Since we're already drilling, we already have our drill out. I'm gonna drill a hole here, and I'm gonna drill a hole here. This is just plastic, it's so easy to drill through. Okay, same thing on this side. All right, so just to show you guys my setup here. You can do this a bunch of different ways, but for me, I drill a hole. I used a small extension, and then I clipped the socket on through the back side of it. So we're gonna be able to tighten that up now. All right, Now the other side. See, now we drilled that hole. I didn't want to make it too big. Honestly, if you do have to make that too big or bigger, then I wouldn't even worry. This piece is kind of sturdy. I don't think it's going to jiggle around, but I tried not to because I wanted to clip it back in like that. And this side, nothing goes in over here, so you could drill that as big as you want to get in there. That's probably what I would recommend. I'm going to clip this back in. Here, wait for the snap. Okay, everything else is in, and we're just going to put this back on. Click. That's it. So this is what it looks like with the hatch open. So you can see the clearance. It's not going to touch anything. This is an OEM piece. And it's looking really good. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. We got it all wrapped up. This is what it looks like. Comment down below if you guys think that this is worth it. I spent about $350 on this paint matched. You can get it straight from Toyota, and about $40 on the template. So all in all, it was about $400 some after tax. So comment down below if you guys think that this wing is worth it. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe for more content like this, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.